Stuff we got done. Well, I'll show you my works real quick, and then I'll tell you all the things I learned this week that could hopefully help you, and then I'll ask you questions that I have. So, first off, there's what I have. Just a quick little thing about, where are they all? There they come. So, yeah, they've been reduced to, cubes. But they're coming in much better numbers. So that's good. If you can see beyond them, there's a lot of them out there. There's 500 of them. So anyways, yeah, that's a quick little preview. So anyways, first things first. Thank you, Mano Cheese, for helping me figure out the when I shot up into the sky, just to make sure to add a check when I shoot. If shooting, what is it? If when shooting it hits nothing, first check that, and if there is nothing, then don't spawn an explosion there. Which, man, this just keeps happening. But I added that. Where did I add that in? Somewhere down here. Oh yeah, right here. If your location, well, anyways, one of these. If the location, oh right here, yeah, if the location is 000, then skip the whole rest of the actions for shooting. So yeah, in case you have your explosions from a gun bullet happening at 000, just add a check at the end to check if the explosion is about to happen at 000, and if so, skip it. Next up, let's see, I got a full auto gun loop that's pretty handy. And that is not inside here, but back over here. Yes. So here's when you pull the trigger for the left gun. And what you have to do is you have to have a sequence that's only too long. And the first part of the sequence goes ahead and opens a gate right here. And then at that point, it's open, so then we can... Let's see, yeah, then we can exit through the gate because it's been opened, and it'll start this other sequence. The first thing this sequence does is go and fire the gun. And then the second thing this sequence does is it goes and loops back to a retriggerable with a delay. So this is where you set how fast the gun fires, and once it's done waiting that little bit, then it goes back and it re-enters the gate. So it'll continually sit here and come back through this gate as long as this trigger is pulled. Once the trigger's released, then what happens is then it comes down here and closes the gate. So this whole sequence stops. So I guess from start to end, comes in, hits the sequence, goes, opens the gates, then fires the gun, then comes around, waits a second, and we'll keep looping here, firing the gun until you let go of the trigger, and then it closes the gate and it should stop shooting. Otherwise, I had to go, I should have listed who wrote this, but a really awesome person on YouTube put this little ditty together, because other ones that I was trying to do kept crashing the game because it would just get stuck in an infinite loop. So anyways, this is the neatest, tidiest, easiest I could find out of all the different ways of doing a fully automatic gun. And then, oh yeah, I had to learn profiling in order to get that sheer number of little guys running out here. I'll move the target actor outside of this little protective sphere for a second so you can see them all load. And I'll put them back in afterwards. So there, now they'll want to accumulate over there. Yeah. If we hit play, and if we tilt the head unit that way, where'd it go? There they all go. Yeah, they're all trying to gather up over there. So if you look up to the sky, you can see them all flooding in, and there's a pretty good decent amount of them there. There's once they all oh yeah, let's see. There's the other thing. I went for this evening time look instead because I had to get rid of shadows, had to get rid of motion blur, had to get rid of tons of stuff to get up to this number of just cubes. But yeah, so there's 500 of them in there, and I managed to get them to stop jittering. So So that was nice. And I noticed when I had the bunny models in there and it was nighttime, when it was dark enough to where things were mostly black and it was all kind of shadowed, and you see those little ears coming down, it was good and creepy. So that might be a cool route to go for the look of it, is, them coming in at night and you just see their glowy eyes and it'll be good and creepy. So anyways, yeah, but for starters, sheer numbers and gameplay is what we're testing right now. Later on I'll add some little coloration to them to turn green when they're more upset. And they are moving a little too fast right now, so I need to tone that back. But yeah, there's 500 of them in there, and that's why I came here. A very important thing was that will help all of you is stat. Well, anybody who's new, stat FPS. That says my frames per second, and then if I say stat unit. That brings up this, which is far more important. So, what is it? Frame. The first number is total time to draw a frame, and then game is the logic part. So the blueprints. That's what that game section is. How long that's taking. Although it doesn't seem to exactly function right. So But draw is the CPU graphics, so those will always be pretty low. And then, although actually, since I got everything closer to even, I guess that means I'm doing better at splitting up the load. And the last one, GPU, is everything handled by the GPU. Now, therein lies a problem for me, because also, and a very, very useful thing, is called Profile GPU. And so when I hit this, we'll see a little performance spike. And what that does when I close this, and I jump back to Unreal in any second now. There we go. When I jump back to GPU, it says right here all the things that are taking up the most amount of time. And so this graph up here at the top is my what's it called? The amount of resources I'm taking to render everything. So if we come down here, also is the time it takes to do each of the things. So I can see in scene there's 11.39, and if I come down, this is all the broken down bits. So if I come down to, say, base pass, whoops, I didn't want to go down that far. Base pass and open this up. I can see that the static base draw list, whatever that one is, takes 2.3. So that's something I don't know about, so we'll skip on over that. This reflection environment shader. So that's my sphere reflection capture here. And that's taking in an additional this amount, so we might be able to get rid of that in the end. And completely not worry about reflections, so I might be able to knock off this time right here. And then if I go down to post-processing, I got a little bit for each eye, so that's just, the post-processing for each eyeball to add a little bit of brightness and contrast to things. But before, I had a really big time sink that was the motion blur, which in VR I don't think should be turned on anyways, because your eyeballs don't have motion blur, so why would you put someone through that? There was one other one. Well, in any event, another one was, so there's the post-processing, here's the reflections, and there's the base pass. I could have sworn there was one that showed the amount of physics calculations going on. Although maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I have to profile it while everything is falling into place and bouncing around like this. So perhaps right now if I do this, and then hit escape and close this out, and then jump back over. Oh, come on! There it goes. Alright. So, yeah, post-processing doesn't seem to... It's got a little bit there. Well, anyways, before I was having trouble with the physics of the thing. So, all the physics calculations required for all those little cubes to come flying down here and get shot at was causing a big time sink. So, and they are all running via little physics simulations, so I'm not sure if that's the best way, but it seems to be for getting them to pile up all over each other. Wow, it's just not being happy about this. And those are in here. Yeah, this is how we're doing it right here. We're adding, during the event tick, we're adding a force to this sphere that the whole thing is contained within. So yeah, main hints for everybody else is, one, thank you Mano Cheese, for helping me out with the 000, and then the full auto gun, logical loop, then there's the statistics unit and FPS, and the GPU profiler, and if anybody has, yeah, I'm maxing out at around 500 is my biggest count. I think I have it in here. I have the number. No numbers here. Or perhaps I do. Yeah, right here is the one I'm following. These are me trying different versions of the little critters. But right now I can make it up to 500 without losing frame rate too horribly. So, and that's using the physics-driven little cubes. And if anybody has any other ways I should be doing it, and it could be like, hey, physics is rubbish. Or it might also be just that I have a GeForce 760 and I'm trying to do VR with it. So that could be the problem too. But anyways, yeah, so hopefully someone out there has some hints for me to be able to crank up the numbers some more to get more enemies, because yeah, if I push it up to 1,000, I'm hoping to get to 1,000. That's the hopeful goal number, 1,000 little critters running around on screen at once. That way they can really just pour between the buildings and pour out of UFOs and be just like insane, over the top everything as you have to fight them. So anywho, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So if anybody has any hints for that, and yeah, but what I did was let's see, I messed around with the lighting and got things much more realistic looking. And then I realized I took a massive frame rate hit on that, and so I then learned how to do profiling and optimization, and then I started finding what things were sucking up all my power, so started taking those out, again, like the motion blur and some of the lights and shadows, and then reduce the enemies down to cubes just for now. And I don't know why that went in quotes, but it did. And then, let's see, yeah, after that, revisited lighting again to bring everything way down. And then, yeah, I was able to increase the enemy count like five times from what I was with the previous version. So that's good. And then implemented a fully automatic weapon, and then also implemented enemy death. And I missed out on a few days last week because, well, if nobody else caught the election, it was a little stressful. So, anyways, but we're back on track, and yeah, it's good progress. Yeah, visited the family over the weekend, so there was that. Anyways, yeah, hope everybody out there has had a good last week. Or goodish, hopefully. And coming up next, I'm trying to, let's see, what's up next? Making the bunnies go a little bit slower at me so I can actually fend them off. Having them attack me, have a health pool, and then setting it up so that when I kill one of the enemies, its neighbors get angry and start moving at me faster. So yeah, so I'll give you a quick another little show of it so you can see it and see where we are. And so this is up. Uh-oh, I'm weaponless. Come on, there we go. and then I need to shoot them before they get in on me. Yeah. Except for there's so many of them that they're nearly impossible to fight off. But as is my microphone still down? Yeah. As I shoot them, you notice they'll still keep flying in from outer space. So I try to mow them all down, and more show up, and so yeah, that is what we got, and yeah. So hopefully those hints help some people between the profiler and the 000 and the logic loop. And if anybody has any hints for me trying to streamline things to be able to pack more and more enemies in there, be greatly appreciated. And yeah, hope everybody has a lovely week. And until next, I'll probably be doing recordings of videos on Monday nights, because by Sunday evening I'm pretty drained down. So yes, just look for the new video next Tuesday, I guess, since if I record Monday night it'll go up Tuesday, and I'll try to do my dangest to stick to that schedule. That way you'll get updates on a regular basis. So yeah, hope everybody has fun, and I'll catch you later. Yeah. Peace. Hoop, hoop.